in a time when hope seemed dim and trust in leadership was wearing thin. The people of Abia State made a bold choice. They chose integrity. They chose vision. They chose a man who promised not just change, but transformation. They chose Dr. Alex Otti. On May 29, 2023, history was made. A new era began, fueled by the dreams of a people long yearning for good governance. Since that day, Governor Otti has not looked back. 2 years in office, and the signs of transformation are everywhere. Roads that were once impassable have become smooth passageways of progress. Classrooms that once echoed with neglect now resound with learning and life. Hospitals are being revived, salaries paid promptly, and transparency restored in government operations. This journey hasn't been without its challenges, but with courage, competence, and compassion, Governor Otti is rebuilding the foundation of Abia State, brick by brick, policy by policy. 2 years down the road, the journey continues. But the vision is clear and the path is set. This is more than a celebration. This is a record of service, sacrifice, and sincere leadership. This is the road to 2 years in office.
Upon taking office, the first strategic action of Governor Alex Otti, OFR, was to cleanse, rededicate, and hand over the affairs of Abia State to God for his leadership and guidance. The election of His Excellency Governor Alex Otti, OFR, as Executive Governor of Abia State on the 18th day of March 2023, and the subsequent declaration of his victory by INEC on the 22nd day of March 2023, after 4 days of devilish moves and attempts to thwart his victory once again, marked a significant answer to the fervent prayers of many Abians and residents who endured years of political marginalization, socio-economic servitude, and deliberate policies of impoverishment by previous public office holders. The thunderous jubilation and celebrations that followed the declaration of his victory across the state are testaments to the joy that comes from liberation after years of political alienation and socio-economic struggles imposed by the ungodly actions of past leaders. A godly leader and government would not find it acceptable to owe pensioners over 10 years of pension arrears, even after normalizing payment of half pension only once or twice a year, turning many elderly citizens into destitute and causing frustration that led to unnecessary deaths. Furthermore, no God-fearing leader and government would allow civil servants and public servants in institutions like the Abia State University Teaching Hospital, ABSUT, Abia State University, ABSU, Dr. Ogbunnionu Polytechnic, formerly Abia Poly, Abia State College of Education Technical, Arochukwu, etc., and the Health Management Board, HMB, to go for 22, 15, and 33 or even over 36 months without salaries. A compassionate leader and government would not demolish people's buildings without compensation under the guise of road construction, only to abandon those roads afterward. A government that reveres God would not remain indifferent while businesses close down and relocate to other states due to poor and collapsed road networks, leading to unemployment and weaponization of poverty. As the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. A responsible leader and government would not be comfortable allowing garbage and filth to engulf the cities of Aba and Umuahia, as was the case before the emergence of Governor Alex Otti, OFR. No leader who fears God would stand by and watch citizens die from preventable and treatable diseases due to weak and neglected healthcare institutions while they and their families seek quality healthcare abroad at the public's expense. Moreover, a principled leadership and government would not overlook the decline of the public education system simply because their children do not attend public schools or can afford quality education elsewhere at taxpayers' expense. The list of ungodly actions by some past leaders and public office holders in the state is extensive, and the people of Abia are well aware of them. Abia lost its dignity and became a subject of ridicule due to the actions of these leaders. Governor Otti recognized that he could not build a righteous government on the corrupt foundations laid by his predecessors. To reverse the negative impact of these past leaders and establish a godly government, a spiritual exercise was necessary. He gathered anointed leaders from various religious organizations to seek mercy for the state, rededicate it, and hand over the affairs of the state, known as God's own state, back to God. As the scripture states in Proverbs 14:34, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach. The Abia State government under Governor Otti's leadership is committed to promoting righteousness and doing what is right, with the understanding that no one is perfect and all may make mistakes. Abia State has been on the global map for the right reasons in the last 24 months. To the glory of God, of any society lies in its institutions, which are essential for controlling, protecting, and serving the interest of all citizens while adhering to established rules and regulations. The effectiveness of these institutions depends on the quality of the individuals leading them. From day one, His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti OFR understood that his campaign promise to rebuild Abia State from past reigns would be unattainable without reforming and strengthening the institutions that would drive and sustain the new Abia he had set out to rebuild. These institutional reforms are a key part of the rebuilding process. One of Abia's significant challenges before Governor Otti's administration was the manipulation, weakening, and destruction of state institutions by powerful individuals serving political, socio-economic, and ethnic interests. While some past leaders focused on building strong individuals rather than strong institutions, prioritizing mediocrity over competence and quantity over quality, Governor Otti is committed to establishing robust institutions managed by individuals of integrity and proven track records of success. The reform process began with the State Civil Service, where a verification of the workforce was conducted to determine the actual number of employees on the state payroll. These led to the identification and removal of many ghost workers. Unlike previous administrations that paid salaries in arrears, Governor Otti has mandated that workers receive their salaries by the 28th of every month. For the first time, examinations were conducted for the appointment of permanent secretaries, with the governor participating in the panel that interviewed candidates who passed the written exams. The first in the list was appointed the head of service, HOAs, of the state. Governor Otti's administration also addressed over a decade of unpaid pension arrears owed to pensioners by previous governments, restoring full pension payments that had been reduced to less than half and paid only 2 or 3 times a year. He mandated that pensioners are paid by the 28th of each month, just like the active workforce. To give about the special attention he promised during the election campaign, the Otti administration created the Greater Abia Development Authority (GADA) with a clear mandate to restore and transform Abia, the commercial nerve center of the state, into a smart cosmopolitan city and restore its lost glory as the Japan of Africa. To ensure balanced development across the state, Governor Otti established the Greater Ohafia Development Authority (GODA), tasked with driving the socio-economic development of Abia North Zone, while Umuahia Capital Development Authority (UCDA) handles the development needs of the Umuahia, the capital city. To enhance and revitalize education at all levels with the state's public education system, Governor Otti divided the Ministry of Education into 2 separate entities: the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the Ministry of Tertiary Education. Other new ministries, departments, and agencies established under Governor Otti's administration to serve the people better include the Ministry of Culture, Arts and Creative Economy, the Ministry of Industry and SMEs, the Ministry of Labor and Productivity, and the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, MOFI. Additionally, the Abia State Pension Reform Law was enacted to create a seamless pension scheme that protects pensioners from past hardships.
Go, 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 away. Go, 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 go.